So let's talk about automating the creation of drawings using drawing templates in Creo. As you can see here within this directory that I'm working on, I only have a template drawing. And if we're going to create a drawing using templates, whether it be an assembly or a part, you can also specify like different templates if you want to in this process. But I'm going to use the draw create function using the table version of the model command. And this has a requirement of a table as an input. So it's looking for an Excel table that specifies the item name, the drawing template. The drawing name can be optional, of course, for specific files that you're importing, or also set the drawing scale as it goes along too. So this is a very powerful function, and you could do a lot with this, especially if you want to automate the creation of drawings and automatically set the scales based on the size of the part, or or do things specific to assemblies versus parts or types of parts. This is a very, very flexible function. So I'm going to first go off and create our table here. So it needs item name, which is the item that it's going to be using for creating a drawing for, and then the drawing template, DRW drawing template is going to be our other column. I'm just going to create a table out of this right now as it is, and we'll call this my table. Now, within this directory, I have several drawings. So I'm going to put in basket, or not drawings, but models. So I'm going to put in basket.prt, and let's also do, let's do spider.prt too. And each of these is going to use the b_nc template, which is just a special template we created. And we're going to just include that as it is right now. Then we just need to reference that table as what we're going to be creating the drawings from. So let's take a look here. If we run this, it says here, no files found that match pattern. That's because they're not in session. So let's actually use that same table to open up those models in session. And then for each model that is being requested in this table, it will then go create those drawings. So there's our basket and there's our spider. So I don't have any formats associated with these drawing templates. This is just for an example only. Another nifty thing we could do here, and let me put in an erase function here. So we'll do an erase memory just to clear memory out, so we're starting fresh each time. And this particular function here for the draw create can also specify a new drawing name for it if we want to. So like if we, what is the title? DRW name. So if we add in another column here, and let's say new basket, and let's say new spider test. Stretch this out so you can see it. So now when we run this, it's erasing memory and it's creating each of these things. You'll notice here that the especially if we open them in session, you'll see the drawing names have been created referencing the models that are currently there. So you see here new spider test.drw, and then spider PRT is the model on there. We can also come in and play with the scales if we want to also. So let's see, you've got drawing scale. This is an optional thing, DRW scale. So if we wanted this to be a half and this to be 2 times, we could go and run this. That half's probably a little too big. Oh, it looks pretty good actually. So that's just a quick example of how to do this. And you can also be a little bit more generic. So if we said, you know something, I want to open up every part that's in session, and let's also do .asm files. And we'll use that same drawing template. We want our assemblies to be 1.5 scale. We want our parts to be 3/4 scale. And we're going to take off this drawing name because you can't obviously specify a drawing name for a wildcarded entry. So let's do it on this, and it's going to reconnect to Creo in this case because our service restarts every now and then. And it's actually looping through each of the part files and assembly files that are in this directory and automatically generating all those drawings. Once you get these pulled into memory, you can, of course, save these off and then go in and do the manual cleanups that you do. I mean, whenever you're working with drawing templates, especially with things like this. There's obviously going to be little scale changes or adjustments that need to be made just to kind of clean up things as you're working with it. So it is a very, very powerful function, very, very handy. And when you start tying in Power Query to this, or if you start to, let's say, just list the contents that are in specific directories and then build up this table and then start to go process it, or if you want to pull in a CSV file or connect to an ERP system or have it be the result of a Power Query operation, you could just do some really amazing things very quickly.